2 chapters
Okay.
for the
Okay.
semester 2.
Okay. So what matters is the difficulty, right? So if the difficulty, even though it's MST, the difficulty is exam level. Now, if you cannot tell, just show me. But if you can tell, then okay, this is exam level, then that is still good practice. I mean, it turns out that we have very little paper to practice. So you have 4 MST, which is limited topic, and you have the final exam, which is 4 also. Correct? All right. Okay. I think I lost you just now.
Sorry
Okay.
about that.
No problem. No problem. Okay. So you're saying to me that you have final exam 4, you have MST 4, right?
Yeah, 4
MST is
papers.
limited topic, right? Do
Yep.
you think
And
that
then
yes, you're saying?
I also have a semester 1 papers. Yeah, that
Does that
includes
mean
MST,
half?
half of it.
Mhm.
So like for hold on
Yeah.
for semester 1, the chapters are the chapter 1 to 7.
Okay, 1, 2, that is not a lot. 1 through 7, right? Is 1 through 7 what you need to practice or not really?
For the chapter 1 through 7, I think can practice the chapter 7.
Okay, so you think it's important to practice for 7, especially for tuition, meaning,
Yeah,
I want to ask.
I
Okay,
want
so
to,
we have
yeah.
7, right? We have 7.
And also the chapter, I think will be chapter 5, the
Chapter
moments.
5, okay. 5 meaning you have it from semester 1 or?
Semester 1.
Okay, so you have 5, you have 7, all right, what else?
That's the chapter I like to practice on, and also, yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
you want to practice 5, you want to practice 7, and from the few things that you asked me, right?
Yeah.
The thermal one feels
Yeah,
that you need
thermal
to
is chapter
practice.
7.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good. So there's that. Right. Okay, I understand. So you have limited paper, but we'll make use of it. I'll tell you how later.
All right.
Then, what is ongoing in school? Meaning you're saying that you finish certain chapter, you haven't finished covering other
Yeah, all
chapter.
right.
What's going on? What's going on there?
In school, we are still covering the magnetism, but I think this week we will go on the thin converging lenses.
Oh, right. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so when do you think the new topic will finish?
The new topic will finish. I
Yeah, all the
think
new topic finish. Boom.
like around week 17, then all the topics have it's finished already.
What is week 17? Week 17 is
Week 17 is like I think 3 more weeks.
so this week, next week, next week.
No, next 3 weeks from next week onwards.
Oh, then this week, next week, next week, next week.
Yes.
That will be 11 February, and then your exam is probably 1 week.
Yes. And we got 1 week like revision period.
Oh, and of course, that 1 week revision is for every subject, not just one.
Yes.
You have?
There's only like 3 subjects.
Oh, you're only studying for 3 subjects.
Yeah, because the others mostly focus on group projects.
Oh, so
Yeah, these 3
physics is
subjects.
1.
Yeah, physics is 1, chemistry is 1, and maths is 1.
So you're saying that your math no problem.
Math is okay. Yeah.
Chemistry?
Chemistry is also okay.
So even though you should be studying from now, right? But you're saying that your math and chem, if you just prepare normally from now,
Yeah, it
you
should be.
probably wouldn't worry.
Yep.
Or then you're in not a bad condition. No, you're not in a bad condition. Not bad. If you can make use of the time.
Yeah, just for physics, I just want to practice more
Ooh,
to
yeah.
make sure I know what I'm applying for the questions.
So judging from the time you have, Sorry, your project work almost done, still doing what's going on?
Still doing. But I think
Okay,
it's quite manageable projects.
good. So what I can see from the remaining papers you have, even though you try to finish everything, you will have more than enough time, especially when you're motivated. And then actually, I hope that then we will have to find more questions. That means you already
Okay.
practice a lot, and then we can still do more. And that is
Alright.
happening before exam, not like, I'm not talking about 2 days before exam. It's like in these few weeks, if we can finish all and learn from it, that would be a good pace. That would be a good pace.
Alright.
So a very rough idea about how many questions exam level you should attempt before a tuition, right? Okay, you probably should attempt 1.5 hours. 8, 8 is fine.
8
More,
questions.
even better. So that means when you attempt 8 and everything no problem, well, then good news, you don't need revision, right?
Okay.
Out of the 8, when I mean 8, I don't mean that you attempt the topics that you think you can handle. That's not what I mean. I mean that you talk about topics which are hard or very hard or you need to improve. So when you try, you have questions. So you'll be asking at least 8 questions in the tuition. That's probably how it goes.
Okay.
So let's say you attempt a question and you have, hey, wait, I can do this question. Maybe it's too easy. Then maybe you do one more because it's easy.
Alright.
But it's very hard, but you manage to solve it. Okay, a good pat in your back, no problem. You don't need to try more. But most probably you will have questions.
Alright.
So when I say 8, I mean you're choosing the topics that you really want to improve. Can ya?
Yeah, sure.
Now, for trial, you even prepare for 3, so I was very happy. Now, for today, did you practice anything already?
I have not yet practiced anything.
Then we go back to the paper they use for trial.
Okay.
Okay. So at this point, you don't have the phone holder and everything. I have it almost ready. I'll be sending it to you either by this Wednesday or by next Monday. You will have it.
Alright.
Okay. So now you share screen that exam paper.
Okay.
Okay. And as per usual, you have seen the paper, so you probably want to choose your topic first for us.
Alright. So am I sharing the screen?
Yes, please.
Alright, hold on here. Yeah, this is the paper.
Yeah. Okay.
Think on this question.
Right. So this is a drawing question, yeah. So of course, when you have phone holder and paper, that will be best. But right now, you have to imagine first, right? So in this case, I will try to open your previous Jamboard. You should open your previous Jamboard also. That means you probably have to switch between looking at this your paper and then the Jamboard, meaning just screenshot the question into the Jamboard. Then you don't have to flip too much. That makes sense, right? So do you know how to screenshot? There's a keyboard shortcut to do that.
No, I'm not too sure about that.
Are you using Windows?
Yeah, I'm using Windows.
There's a Windows button on the bottom left, right?
Yeah.
Keyboard, and then you press that together with Shift together with S. Window button, Shift S. Try that.
All right.
It's happening. That's good. Oh, you're supposed to be able to crop a certain part of your screen.
Yeah.
Is that happening? Okay.
Yeah.
Then you open your Jamboard in the tab, in the other tab. Means you just yeah. So the previous Jamboard that you use is fine. That's also
A Jamboard.
Last time
Last time it was through your screen share. Yeah.
Oh, why did it? Oh, that's so weird. Why did I use Jamboard? Okay. You go to Jamboard. I'm going to share with you. Go to Jamboard.
Jamboard is which one?
You just type JAM board. You'll be there. Don't worry. Right. You just need a Google account. Yeah, Jamboard. Yeah. So just click that. Yeah. Okay. You already have the Jamboard account because it's your Google account. Simple, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bottom right plus sign for your first Jamboard. Good. Wait up. Yeah.
Okay.
This is your first Jamboard. Title it something. You title it, but make sure you title it today's date also. You must title it today's date, your name, and then whatever other you want, right? Because you'll be sharing it with me, right? Next lesson, your name, because you don't need your name. I need your name, right? Because I can differentiate with other people. Yeah. Okay. Now you can always change the title later. Right? Okay, good. Now share. Bottom top right. Share. I'm gonna send to your chat what you should be sharing with. Right. Now in your Zoom chat, please you have a Gmail which you need to share. What this does is that this open the access of the Jamboard to me, right? Please do so.
Send.
Yes. Now once you send, I can just look for it for a while. See where it's Oh yes. So in my side, I have access to the Jamboard. Now here's the rule about the Jamboard. It is your Jamboard. I'll be writing a lot at it because I have to explain everything. But it is your Jamboard. You do whatever you want with it. That means you don't have to ask me permission. Can I edit this? Can I save this? Can I change that? It's your Jamboard. You understand it? So you take ownership of it and you make full use of it, right? Okay. Now, for example, I use a laser pointer, then I draw something and you will be able to see on the screen, correct?
Yeah.
Now you did a Windows Shift S, right? And then you crop your question, click on the anywhere, and then Control V. Control V is paste, man. So try. Okay, if the picture doesn't appear, try again. Yeah, try again. This is supposed to be a very easy method, so if there's a problem, you have to just click there and Control V. Yep.
Okay.
So now we're going to interact using Jamboard. So no phones, no camera. Okay.
All right.
So let's say I say, okay, Iman, I'm going to move the picture. Then you don't move so that we don't clash. Right? So I'm moving it. Make sense?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right. So I'm going to explain to you a few things. Let me put something into your Jamboard first. This will for a while. Then we can start. Okay. So ignore that for a while. And to put in one more thing. Oh, okay. So there are two things here. I did those. Again, I'm adding a lot of things. I'm being very active because I'm using Jamboard for a long time, but this is your Jamboard. So you do whatever you want later on. Okay, good. Now the question mark is for you. So question mark, Iman, you can copy and paste also same thing. You can duplicate also. Please try to duplicate the question mark.
Duplicate.
Yeah.
Like copy the question mark.
Like copy and then paste. You can do that using keyboard now. Okay. So when we get into the theme, the way I want you to do, because then you'll be fast, you understand what to do with the question, right? Then I'll ask you, Iman, you need to ask question. Now, what do I mean by that is sometimes I don't mean you say it verbally. Sometimes what I mean is that you read the question, right? For example, you read the question, and then because you read properly, you know your problem very specifically. Give you an example. So, for example, you know that you never understood how to do the free body diagram. In fact, you don't even know what that phrase means. So instead of saying to me that you have a problem, you immediately put it there. For example,
Okay.
then I can already understand, but more importantly, this is our record. This is our record. Unless you plan to do your own notes after tuition, yeah, if you have a lot of time, or if you're a good note taker, then you prefer to do that. But if not, then this Jamboard is your note. So the note for next time, next week, next 2 weeks is that, oh, last time you don't understand free body diagram, right? You may remember that, you may forget that, okay? If you forget, I'll remind you, see, last time you asked this question, or rather you do not understand this, then I explain you by this. Then you can immediately refer to that, right? So this is what I mean by we have to record your question, and then we have to give an answer, and the answer also needs to be recorded somewhat. Okay, then you have a proper note for next time. Okay, right. So this is just our way of writing note as fast and as effective as possible, right?
Yeah.
It starts with you making sure you know what's your question, right? How can I know your question again? How can I know your question? Do you want me to just correct? Do you want me to just explain everything? Actually, I don't think that should be the case. I think you want me to explain what you don't understand, something like that. One last thing before we continue. Sometimes I will do this. For example, this is an example. Now you see my text box, right? I just put a text box, right? Okay. So sometimes I will do this. Sometimes because I feel that I should help Iman think, meaning to say I cannot answer his question directly. Okay, so what we'll do is, right? I'll put a hint. I'll type the hint. I can also write the hint. So let's say I type, right? And then you notice that there is a box covering the hint. And whenever you see a box, you know that there is a hint there, right? So there's a hint, maybe hint 1, maybe hint 2. Okay, so there's one hint and then the second hint. Currently, there's nothing much. Okay, so Iman, when this happened, I'm trying to say that I'm already recording my answer to you, to your question, right? Because again, for recording purpose, for organizing purpose, right? But you are being offered an option here, right? Do you want to see the hint, or do you want to figure out the problem yourself? Then you figure out for 1 minute, and then you decided, okay, maybe you want to see the first hint. Do you notice that there are 2 hints here?
Yeah.
Because there are 2 boxes, right? The first hint has a proper label called try me. Now, those hints I usually want you to read them anyway. So unless you really want to do this by yourself, reading them is okay one. But those hints are not a direct answer. That is usually pointing you towards what you should be thinking about. It's called a hint. And then you read the first hint and you think, I'm not getting it. Then you open the second hint. The second hint no longer have try me. That means the answer is more direct, but it requires less thinking for you. Why is that good or bad? Well, it's good if you just want to pass. You just want to know the direct thing.
Okay.
It's good. It's bad if you go directly to that, if you want to do well. Because if you want to do well, you have to know the reason and the answer behind something like that. Okay, so this is the hint system. Besides forcing you to think, it means I'm already recording my answer for your reference 1 month from now, I suppose, when you are revising. Okay, so far so good?
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes to you. Okay, maybe this is a new method for you. Now, try opening the box. When I say open the box, it's very easy. You just delete the box, right? You don't have to shift the box. Just open the box. Okay, delete. Okay, and you see this hint. Of course, it's just nothing. Right? Okay, are you happy with this hint, Iman?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you need more, right? Yes, but you need more. So you just open the second hint. And then that's just how it goes.
Okay.
So now that's just how I want to. Now, are you a very organized person, Iman?
I try to be.
If that's the case, then we'll use the original organization design of the tuition first, which is on the Jamboard.
Okay.
On the Jamboard, right? So if you need to organize more and you have time, you do that. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So now you read this question, just use the question mark to indicate what you don't understand. Right. When
Okay.
you're done, let me ask you a few things. Are you ready to put your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
To be the free body.
Okay, that's a question. Good question. Is there any other question?
That's it for now.
Okay, so let's say answering you directly will seem to be fast, but I prefer to record this as a hint because I believe you will be asking this again or need to refer to this, right? So let me
Okay.
try that. So I'm going to do, okay. No. So, but since I don't want to cover it for you because it's supposed to be explanation, I just don't cover it. So I'm just going to write down. Okay. So now time for you to ask questions like if you don't understand. This is the meaning of FPD. Very simple.
Okay.
So you have two questions. Which one is the body and what are all the forces on it?
I think the body would be the climber, right?
The man. All right.
Yes.
So here's a few questions. The rope included or not?
No.
The wall included or not?
No.
Okay. You're correct so far.
All right.
Now, all forces on it, whose responsibility to make sure it's off?
Sorry.
So you see that the question gives you two forces, right?
Yeah.
You may instinctively include it in your FPD, right?
Okay.
Now, if those are the forces on the man, then you are correct in including them. Now, my question is, there's a word all forces. Whose responsibility is it to make sure that you have all the forces?
Mine.
Correct. Therefore, are you ready to sketch the free body diagram? If you're not, tell me more.
I'm not really.
All right. Then let me show you. I'm still giving you hints, even though I'm opening the hints immediately, right? So when I give you hints, this is what happened in mine. I don't answer you directly.
Okay.
Okay. Is this annoying? It may be annoying to you. Again, if you want to pass, this is a waste of time. Hinting you is a waste of time if you want to pass. But if you want to do well, you have to do thinking, right? Why? Because the next question will be different.
Yeah.
So if I hint you using a different question, I'm not wasting your time if you want to do well, because I'm trying to point to you the reasons behind, right? Makes sense, yeah? Right. But sometimes you're frustrated and you say, could you just give me a direct answer? Maybe sometimes I'll give in, right?
Okay.
So I'm giving you a different question, right? A very simple body. Whose body are we interested in? You may make a guess.
The human.
All right, then all forces on the human being. You tell me, I draw. Tell me.
The normal force.
Right, from where to who?
On the body to the top.
Body,
Point.
sorry, body to what?
Body to the how to say?
We'll call this ground, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me put it down. Right. I'm not talking about the direction, so that's not what I mean. What I mean
Okay.
by the force is from where to where is what it means is who's giving the force and to whom is he giving it to.
Okay.
Normal force is from who to who. Who's giving, who's receiving.
The person is giving
If the person is giving to
to the surrounding.
let's forget that there's air for a while, so he's giving to the ground.
Okay.
So he's touching the ground and he's giving a force to the ground. By standing on the ground will feel you.
Mm-hmm.
If you step on my feet, I feel you. I'm replacing the ground. See, you're giving me force by stepping on me, correct?
Yep.
Now think carefully, yeah. You stepping on me, right? You
Mm-hmm.
stepping on me. Is that force on you?
Is there force on me?
Yeah. The
I would
force
say-
that you are giving me, stepping on me, is that
Yeah.
force on you or on me? To you or to me? Maybe I use the word to.
To you.
Correct. I feel it what?
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, when you step at me, for some reason, you don't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, must be because you're on top of me, lah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your feet is on top of my feet. So the force is from you to me. Okay.
Yes.
All forces on it. Okay, that's FDD. Now, should I include that force or not?
Yes.
No, because it's from you to me. You're the body.
Okay.
You don't talk about forces, FD. You don't talk about forces that you're giving to other people or other things. You're talking about what forces that other things give to you.
Okay.
Does this make sense so far?
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
All right, so I'm going to write down this thing. Okay, again, all right. Okay, so I'm going to. All right, let's try this one more time. Okay, now this is the rope, correct? And he
Yes.
nicely give you this tension rope, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you think about this carefully. Have you do a kind of mountain climbing or at least a rock climbing before, lah? Using
Yeah.
the fork. Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't use rope usually, but just imagine lah. Imagine that we have a rope lah. So it's more serious climbing, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now you pull the rope lah. You pull the rope. You
the rope.
pull the rope or the rope pulling you.
You pull the rope.
Okay. Because you are taking the initiative. If you don't pull the rope, then you go down, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you pull the rope and you go up, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So your concept is a very normal person concept. If I pull the rope, I go up, no? But you think carefully from a physics point of view. How can you pull the rope and then you go up? If you want to go up, it must be the rope pulling you.
Oh, yes. Yes.
If you pull the rope, you think carefully. Yeah? If you pull the rope and the rope breaks, you don't go up, right?
Nope.
You pull the rope and the rope break. That can happen. Okay, that's the wrong equipment, lah, but that's a very dangerous. If you pull the rope go to you, but the rope is also pulling you at the same time.
Okay.
Because action reaction, we don't have time to discuss for now. I pull the rope pull me back, I go up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try another illustration. Right? Are you standing near a wall?
Yes.
Okay, on your left or on your right?
On my left.
Okay, on your left. Then now you use your hand and push the wall. Not gently, just a bit hard. Push the wall.
Okay.
Done. Okay,
Yeah.
what happened when you push the wall?
My hand moved back.
Is it just your hand or your
my
whole
body? My
Okay.
whole body.
Okay. So that means you're pushing quite hard, right? You're not
Yeah.
just high. You're not just high wall. No, you're not just saying
Stepping
hi to the
wall.
wall. You're pushing the wall.
Yeah.
Now my question is, if you push the wall, then logically the wall should move, what? Not you move. Now, what does this mean in terms of physics? Very simple. When you push the wall automatically pushes you back. There is no command needed. That is action reaction. You push the wall push you back. Since the wall is the house, the wall don't move, no, you cannot move.
Is this like the Newton's law?
The Newton's third law is action reaction,
Yes.
which seems very abstract until you realize if you push the wall, how come you move? Correct what? If you push the wall automatically push you back.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
automatically receive a force from the wall pushing you back. Now, if you are pushing another person and both of you are not very ready, both of you will be pushed back against each other.
Yes.
That means when you push him, even though he's not trying, he is also pushing you back. He doesn't have to try. It's automatically when you give force, you receive force. So both of you move. Okay? That's action reaction, which is what's happening, which is what is confusing you. Now think one more time. When you want to jump, what do you do? Of course, you jump lah. But I mean, in terms of physics, what do you do with your leg?
Push the floor.
Correct. And it's very weird, right? When you push the floor, by right, the floor go down. Instead, you
go up.
Yeah, basketball, you want to jump. Let's do a throw. 3-point thrower. You push the floor is not moving, the floor push you back. You jump.
Yes.
Okay, now let's go back to the question. That T is you pulling the rope or the rope pulling you?
The rope pulling.
Correct. But remember, when you pull the rope is pulling you back. Now let me. Okay. So can I draw an FBD of the rope? Can I do that?
Yes.
Yeah. So here's the rope, right? The FBD is currently for the man, right? The man. So I just put the man in black. I'm not putting the rope, but I put the rope separately. So this is first FBD of man. This is FBD of rope. In the FBD of rope, you will have T action reaction. I'll just call it TR, okay? Or more likely, I'll put it T apostrophe, right?
Okay.
What is T apostrophe? T apostrophe is you pulling the rope. There is it. There you go. You pulling the rope exists in the FBD of the rope.
Okay.
The rope pulling you exists in your FBD because you pull the rope affects the rope. The rope pulling you affects you. Both happen at the same time. But for your FBD, we pretend that this doesn't exist. That's wrong. We pretend that this doesn't matter. That's more correct because it is affecting the rope, not the man. Now, is this too much explanation?
Yeah, a bit too much.
So then think carefully. Just think carefully. This is by rope. Correct? By rope on man. On man. The emphasis is on man.
Okay.
To be very clear, the T apostrophe is by who?
By man.
By man. By you, right?
Yeah.
You pulling on the
rope.
The emphasis is on the rope. So if it is on the rope, you don't include it to the FBD of the man.
Okay.
Simple, right? Now, the F. You must consider whether this F is included in the FBD or not. Is it included?
Yes.
Okay, but tell me your reason.
Because it's by
because this is F by who?
By the cliff.
By the cliff.
Call
it a cliff. Right? Cliff on man, right?
Yeah.
To man or on man, whichever that is, that's on man, right? On man. Oh, then we should include it on the FBD of man because the FBD of man is all forces on it given by others.
Okay.
Okay. So these two things should be in. Is there any other forces? Because it must be all.
How about the weight?
The weight. Now my question is, when you talk about the weight, it is by who on who?
It is by men.
Are you sure that the weight of us is by us? The one causing us to have weight is ourselves. Okay, gravitation. But the
Yeah.
question is, who is causing the weight?
Also.
No. The one causing the weight is Earth.
Earth.
Is this okay? Oh,
Yeah.
wait. You don't discuss this. You don't discuss this. When you're outer space, you will never go to outer space. I will never go to outer space. I don't think we'll reach that space age lah. Maybe that's nothing, right? But if we go to outer space, we are far away from Earth, correct?
Yes.
Okay, our weight is less. Maybe even weightless. Have you seen, the video of astronaut, so to speak, flying around,
Yeah, floating.
floating? In the moon, they also can jump very far, right? Whatever, we are far from Earth, the point is. Oh, how come if the weight is by us, right? Like, did we somehow exert less weight if we're an astronaut? That doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
What makes more sense is we are far away from Earth, then suddenly our weight is less.
Okay.
That means the Earth is causing the weight on us. The Earth is pulling us.
The Earth is pulling us down.
The Earth is pulling us down. That is really what's happening. You want to prove? Do you have an eraser?
Eraser.
Or anything that you can throw and it will not be damaged?
Oh. Yeah, I do.
Yes. Okay. You have it in your hand, right? Something small.
Mhm.
Okay. Throw it up. Throw it up.
Okay.
Okay. Then what happened?
It goes down.
Okay. Obviously, right? But
Yep.
who is causing it to go down?
Earth.
The Earth. The Earth is pulling that thing down until it hits the mattress or the floor.
Mhm.
When the thing hits the mattress or the floor, does the Earth stop pulling it?
No.
No, it is still pulling it. You're sitting on the chair, or you're sitting on the floor, or you're standing on the floor. The Earth is still pulling you. That's why after a while you feel tired.
Okay.
So your weight is not caused by you. Of course, it is caused by you having mass. I understand. If you bring more stuff in your backpack, you feel more weight. But the weight is because the Earth pulling you. If that makes sense. Now, why are we discussing this thing, which is so obvious already to some people? Because on you, the weight by Earth on you. Should this be in the free body diagram?
No.
It must, because it is on you. It is affecting you.
On your. Okay.
On you, meaning affecting you, not you affecting other people.
Okay.
Okay, so let me draw that because that's the spot. I draw it here. I'm sorry, that's the right one. Weight meaning by who? By Earth, pulling you down, but on you, on them.
Yes.
Okay. Now, for now, I'll just say this is all the forces on you already climbing. The rope on you, the cliff on you, the earth on you. Done.
Okay.
Okay, we don't talk about air resistance. There's no. Okay. Now, does this mean that you have finished sketching the free body diagram of the man? Does this mean that you have finished sketching?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Correct. This is how you know you are done. For today, I tell you, you have covered all the forces. That's why you can't stop. Okay. Now, before we continue, any question? What's new?
It's okay.
It's okay, yeah? Do you want to write something first before we go to part 2? Part 2 is when things get serious.
All right. Hold on, yeah.
At this point, if you want to write notes on something else, maybe I'll persuade you to write on just on Jamboard. If it is possible, then your notes are in one place as well, and you don't have to reorganize it. If it is possible, yeah.
Well, I like to write it on paper.
That means you have to draw all this.
Okay, I can.
That means make the paper complete. That means we don't do half Jamboard, half paper. That's bad. That's bad. Okay. You do you. Okay, I understand your style. Yes.
Okay, I'm done.
Are you done, Iman? Just checking.
Yes, yes.
Testing. Are you done, Iman?
Yes, yes.
You don't have to rush. Sorry, are you done?
Yes, yes, I'm done, I'm done.
You also cannot take a picture of your note. Okay, that's the problem for today. Now, I take it that you are not very confident in free body diagram, yeah?
Mm.
Okay, then I will do it for you first, right? Okay.
Okay.
The question gives us a clue. The clue is visible to me. You have to learn to see it, right? So, is this hanging? The word is that he is hanging. My question is he therefore still? Or is he moving in a way? Right, so just read it.
He's moving a bit.
Now, when you say moving, do you mean that he is moving at the same spot, or he is shaking, or he is moving up? What does that mean for you?
I say like moving around the spot.
Right. So that is very practical and you're correct. How can we be still when we are hanging on a tree? However,
Yes.
for the purpose of this question, I'm making it ideal. When I say I make it ideal, ideal always means in physics that it is easier than real. Right? In our life, ideal means it's harder than what? It's harder than reality. We cannot achieve the ideal, correct?
Okay.
That's how we use the word ideal in our daily life. In physics, ideal means the total opposite. It is ideal, meaning it is easier than reality. For example, I can pretend that this guy is just staying still on one spot, like that. No shaking, no moving, no swaying, no wind, no nothing. Okay, so he is just still. That is what I read from the question. 52 kg man climber is hanging on the cliff. Are you okay with this idealization?
Yeah.
Okay, then since I'm thinking in terms of very ideal, not very real, okay, just ideal, then he is not moving, and therefore, so to speak, yeah, he is in a balanced state.
Okay.
Balanced state. Now, balance is not the word they use. Let me introduce you to the word that they use. We say the formal word in physics will be you are in equilibrium, which is a very fancy word. Huh?
Yeah.
Equilibrium. Okay, you've heard this word before, yeah?
Yep.
Now, what does equilibrium mean to you?
Means it's like equal.
Equal. What you are right. Equilibrium does mean equal in some sort.
But tell me, what is equal? Who is equal?
The net force.
The net force. All right.
Yes.
What do you mean by net force?
Like the force acting on the person is 0. Yeah.
Let me give you 2 definitions to make it more real for you, right? Left force equals to right force. Up force equals to down force.
Okay.
When your left is equal to right, are you moving to the left or to the right?
Just staying still.
Correct. But don't forget, you can still move up and down. But so
Yes,
we
yes.
say, oh, also, if your up and down force are the same, then you are also not moving up and down. So therefore, you're staying still. Make sense, yeah? So both, both, right? Okay. In a moment, you will learn that it should be clockwise equal to counterclockwise also. But this is so moment also have the word equilibrium. Here, this is not a moment question, so I'll pretend that moment doesn't exist. So we just pretend, right? The question allows us to do so. Right? Okay. Another definition, which is better used in this question, is I sum all forces, they equal 0. Now, the first definition I give you, because this is always the easier one to understand. Obviously, when I am balanced, the left equals to right. Balance what? Up equals to down. Balance what? Therefore, I'm not moving. Totally makes sense, correct? Equilibrium. Yep. This one is slightly harder to understand, but we need this one in this question. They actually mean the same thing, but to most people, they feel very different. Do you understand the second thinking?
Yeah, so it's like all the forces acting on him is equal to 0.
But individually, they are not, think of it. This force by rope, right? By rope on man, right? So by rope, is it 0?
No.
The weight is not 0. The force by the cliff pushing on the man also not 0. Everything is not 0.
Yep.
What does it mean by I sum all forces, they become 0? What does that mean? To you.
Me means they add together becomes 0.
Let's see whether you truly understand that, yeah? So, okay. Okay. I draw something new and seemingly different from your FBD. I draw the F cliff. I draw the T rope, but longer. And I draw the W also longer than what I draw. And they meet at each other's leg. Have you seen your teacher draw this before?
No.
Let me think carefully. Yeah? Are you supposed to use this method or not? This method is forced upon the local student, meaning when they deal with physics in the O-level, right? Okay, so let me try to explain. And if the second one you have never seen, I'll try to switch to this method first. Okay, so both are proceeded in a different way, right? Yeah. I draw this. I add to another force. I add another force. I end up at the same point, correct?
Yeah.
If I start from the weight and then I go F cliff and L T rope, I still end up at the same point. Okay, same thing here. Wherever I start, I will always end up where I start. Correct?
Yes.
That is equal to 0. I have no result at the end one. That's what it means.
Okay.
T is 0, man. So if the forces are add and become 0, that means the total is balanced because you have no result Your net force, that's their fancy word, their net force is 0. Your total force is 0. You have no result at all. It is 0.
Okay.
Because you end up at the same place where you started. Is this new? Did your teacher do this before?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Your teacher did this before?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a visual person, Iman?
Yeah.
Right. Then now, in your PFP, are you supposed to say if you're 52 kg, are you supposed to say it is 520 Newton, or it is something slightly smaller than that? So 52 times 9.81. Which one are you supposed to use here?
520.
Okay, then let's forget this. Okay, so
Right.
the weight is 520 Newton, correct?
Yep.
Then I must pretend that it is some sort of centimeter. This is how I start to calculate the magnitude. So when I draw this and I pretend this 520 Newton is, I don't know, equals to 26 centimeter. Let's just say that way. Okay. Okay. Because 26 times 20 is 520, right? Okay. Because of, right? So when I pretend this 26 centimeter, this is all my setup before I calculate the magnitude of F and T. Again, let me ask you, have your teacher done this before?
Yeah.
All right. Then you, if you're doing this visual method, are supposed to draw a 26 centimeter line. You're supposed to draw that. You can opt to draw a shorter one, 13 centimeter. It's totally up to you one. You just have to decide 520 is how many centimeter. Okay, this is for you to decide. Okay, this is for you to decide. The question doesn't seem to be telling you, right? So this is the first thing that you draw. So first, draw this. Secondly, make sure that this is 15 degrees. Why? Because the question says so. And make sure this is 31 degrees. Understand?
Yeah.
You take your ruler and you realize one thing. You do not know the length of T and the length of F. Do you understand that you do not know their lengths?
Yeah.
How do you know that you don't know? Maybe you misread the question. Maybe the question hides it from you very cleverly. Are you sure that you do not know their length?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why don't you know? Is it because you cannot read it, or because the question clearly did not give it to you?
The question clearly did not give it to me.
How do you know that?
It does not say in the question.
True. I'll give you an even better answer, just in case you need an exam. Okay, there you go. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, makes sense, huh? If they already give it, why would they ask for it?
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense, huh? This is how you clearly know, oh yeah, I didn't miss anything. My reading wasn't wrong, right? Okay, so instead of drawing a very, how to say, a very sure length, you must admit that you don't know, which is to say, all you can do is to draw dotted lines. And that dotted line is extended because you don't really know how long it is. You don't really know. Make sense?
Yes.
Same thing by the F of the cliff. Look, the F of the cliff, the direction, you know, what I mean by direction is, you know, it's 15 degrees. You know that. You know that it should be touching the end of the wave, but you don't know the exact length. So you just drew a longer line than the Cessna. Okay. This is your result. When they meet, this is the result. You measure this in centimeter, and then you change it to Newton. You measure this in centimeter, and then you change it to Newton. Now that is the final step to calculate the magnitude of T and F. Have your teacher done this before?
Is this a drawing method?
Yeah, this is the drawing method. You have to draw. That is, the drawing method requires you to draw properly.
Okay.
There is another method, but this is the drawing method. I think they favor drawing method at this stage.
Is it like the parallelogram method? Or the triangle method?
Let me answer it differently. Yeah. Okay. Do you understand what I'm doing?
Actually, no, because
It is not parallelogram. Right? It's not
yeah,
parallelogram.
in the book it only says like triangle and parallelogram method.
In terms of parallelogram, you can only deal with two forces parallelogram.
Yes.
It looks more complicated, but it's very limited. You can only deal with two forces. We have three forces here. You cannot use parallelogram here. This is more advanced than parallelogram.
Oh, okay.
As for triangle, I'm drawing a triangle just because there are three forces. I mean, I'm supposed to draw three forces, man. They are supposed to meet, so they become automatically a triangle. That's all I'm doing. I'm not even trying to consciously draw a triangle. I am, however, trying to draw three forces. I am. Okay. Now, rather than discussing too long, I will invite you to just draw as I draw. When you draw, and then snapshot the result for me using WhatsApp. Can you do that?
So I draw the 13 cm.
All right, 13 cm downward, right? To represent 520. Then 15 degree, 31 degree, dot, line, dot, line, you have the answer. You must measure in centimeter and then you convert to Newton. Understand?
Okay.
Please try that, and I cannot follow you. So if you have a problem, you tell me immediately. All right. Ainesh, I can see you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Your junior is here. So in the last half an hour. Ainesh, I can see you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Did you wait long? I didn't realize that you were here just now.
Like 2 minutes only, not that long.
Wonderful, wonderful. Definitely another improvement on your time. Very happy, yeah? Please, however, on your video, that is where we truly start, yeah? Right.
Yep.
Okay, so just waiting for your video.
Just clearing my desk.
All right. All right, okay, I'm seeing stuff. Okay, Iman, when you're done, send me through WhatsApp and then tell me, yeah? Okay. Excellent, Ainesh. This is breaking another record, right? I really love it. So while waiting for your senior to do his practice, tell me your update, please, regarding chemistry.
I didn't go to school today, so I have no updates.
No school today, understood. No updates of chem for the whole week, like because chemistry was last week month for us.
No, there was school today. I was sick, remember, so I didn't go.
Understand. But didn't you have chemistry from last week? Because we started last week, right? Chemistry.
No? Oh yeah, no, it was more of the same thing actually. I don't know why it's so slow this time, but we are just doing the exact same worksheet that I sent you. We've been doing it for 2 weeks now. However, there was chemistry today in school. I missed it, so I don't know what I missed. So tomorrow I'll go ask my friend and find out.
What kind of worksheet did you do last week?
Do you remember I sent you the online version? Apparently, I just did it way too fast, and I was supposed to have done it over the course of 2 weeks. But that was what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Today we did something else, I'm assuming, but I don't know because I didn't go to school.
Can you show me the worksheet that you were doing? You're supposed to be doing last week digitally.
I already sent it to you last time.
You did? You sent me a worksheet? Right. How come I don't? Let me check. How come I don't understand? Pretty sure you didn't send me anything last week.
I know I can just send it to you again.
Please do. Yeah, just so that I remember.
Okay, do you want me to send it through WhatsApp or the email?
Oh, WhatsApp, please. Oh, you send me through email. Yeah. Okay, WhatsApp, please. WhatsApp.
Okay, I'll resend it to you via WhatsApp.
Yes, please.
Give me a second.
Iman, are you okay so far?
Yeah.
All right. It is true that this question always appears. Tell me when you have said.
I have sent the thing there.
Okay. Your 31 degree and 15 degree, are they real or not?
Yeah.
Because 31 degree looks correct, 15 degree cannot be that big. So your 15 degree is bigger than the 31. However, in general, your question. So let me just screenshot.
I shared it on WhatsApp.
Okay, understand. Let me say something. Look at the next page. Yeah. So first thing first, Iman, make this straight vertical downward, meaning parallel to this. Okay, are you at page 2?
Which one? Page 2.
Page 2, right?
Hold on.
You must make the weight vertical.
Okay.
So vertical means just parallel to that line, easier. Why? Then the 15 degree one is supposed to be like, this is the horizontal line, and this is the horizontal line, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go up 15 degree, and then you dot like that.
Okay.
That's the proper 15 degree. Then the 31 is already correct. Please redo that and then show me again. Okay?
Yeah, will do.
Okay, so Ainesh. Oh, the trend. Then I say I don't want to discuss the trend with you. That's why I never have a recollection. Okay, so you're saying that last week you're still talking about the trend, and then you didn't go to a new topic, correct, Anish?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm still not interested in talking about the periodic trends unless you ask me something. That means I trust you to be able to understand it. Now, what do you think?
Okay, I don't mind.
Right? Ken, we just don't go through it, lah. Right? But I trust you to ask question when you need to, lah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you sound better than yesterday, but how are you doing? How are you?
I'm all right, but we could also we could have like a 1 hour session today, and then spread the remaining 15 minutes, like remaining 30 minutes over Tuesday and Thursday. So Tuesday
I
and
don't
Thursday.
mind. Yeah, I don't mind. Maybe we should try that. Yeah. Right. Okay.
So we end
Right.
at 9:30 today, I guess.
I don't mind. I don't want to. Yeah, we shouldn't be pushing. Right. So, all right. So, wait, how come I don't? Oh, yeah, I didn't get the math update from you. Can I just get a short math update from you because I didn't get it yesterday?
A math update. I mean,
From
math
last week, lah. From last week, lah.
Oh, okay. We are going to start the thing. What's the thing? Differentiation this week. We were supposed to start it today as well, but then my math teacher was sick. There's this flu bug going around, so everyone's sick.
So you're saying that your partial fraction finished discussing on.
Yeah.
Then you're going to differentiation, which you already have a head start, lah.
Yeah. Look.
But remember that you should be paying attention in class and doing their practice, lah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I expect you to be able to do the practice kind of easily. That means I don't see an empty worksheet, lah. That means when you're healthy, lah. When you're healthy, not right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So not empty worksheets like the partial fraction. I feel that you can just zoom through the differentiation. Then we don't spend too much time on the tuition for the easy question. I can just make you even more advanced. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. But that's when you are healthy. Right? Okay. So are you sure today you want to do tuition?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Then for chemistry, we will continue to electrolysis, the difficult thing. What else to do, right? Okay, so Iman, your drawing is absolutely great, right? So let me talk to your senior and then come back. Now, Iman, all the drawing is still physics. It looks like math is still physics. But after you finish drawing and your drawing is correct, physics is done, math takes over. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm just waiting for the picture. So what does the math entail? Very simple. The math is, this is where your math is tested, right? Okay, so this thing is a scale, right?
Yeah.
So measure this, measure this, how many centimeter, and then change it to Newton. That is not physics, that's math.
All right.
Same thing with this one. That's the last thing you do, and then that's the answer. Look. That's it. Look.
Okay.
All right, that's where math comes in. So if you have problem with this math, you tell me. Yeah? Okay. So for our mesh, it will be the Jamboard. Okay. Another thing, I have no idea where your chem Jamboard is. Oh, there you go. That's the fun. I found it. Yeah. So are you at the same Jamboard as me? That doesn't seem so.
You're doing INESH template testing, right? Or is it something else?
There's one chem Jamboard, just one page, the 9.1 chem. 9.1 chem.
Okay.
Right, are you in there? I think that's the last question that we do. Iman, when you're done, you tell me. You're saying, sorry?
But you said 9-1 king. I don't have that. Oh no, I do have that. I found it.
Because it was created by you. Right? So just one page, right? Yeah, back then I was trying stuff like here, so I'm just going to delete. This time I think it will be better. Okay, so even though you're sick, still have to push you a bit because this is a new topic. Okay, that's just happened automatically. You tell me if this is too hard, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say is, Ainesh, this is your note from last time. We only discussed this and it was a very difficult question. This is already something to, you know, to help you revise lah. You cannot continue before understanding this page again. So please read and let's see whether 1 week ago you can understand. The notes from 1 week ago, can you understand? Once you cannot, immediately put question mark on the note. There, the question mark. Okay, put as many question marks as you can, okay, as you want. Understand? Now, Iman, are you okay with this method?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Did you send me?
Yeah, I did send you already.
Oh, that one is also 13 centimeters.
Yeah, it's also
Wow,
13.
very nice. And then the 7 is 7 becomes 7. Your working looks very correct lah to me lah. Your working looks very correct. Now, as a whole, are you sure this method your teacher teach and you're supposed to know?
No, they didn't teach this method.
They didn't teach this method. So do you remember what kind of method they teach?
They use the sine cosine.
Oh goodness, that's the other method.
It's the other method.
That means, you know, I draw 2 methods in your Jamboard. The other method, look, page 1, there. This one, page 1, this one.
Which one? Oh yeah, is that method.
Okay, then I'm going to show you how to do that, and then you can compare the answer first. Both methods should be giving you the same answer, and then you make a simple decision which one to practice, right? And then we'll just stick to that for now. Right? Okay, so this is the second method, and then I'm going to do the first method on page 3. Okay. Ainesh, are you putting question marks so far?
No, I'm trying to remember what my thought process was before, so I'm trying to rethink that first. And whether I forget the question.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Do reply there. Okay, so right. You know that this is 31 degrees. You know that this is 15 degrees. Now, and this is 500 volts. Now, Iman, let me confirm that this is all we know, correct? That's all we know.
Yes.
15 degree, T 31 degree, W 520. You must feel that this is not a lot. This is really not. Now look at how I progress. Left equals to right, correct?
Yes.
And then up equals to down, right? This is what your teacher will be doing. Now I will start with the down first. There is only obviously one down. That's the W, right? Which is, by the way, 520. Done. Yep. That's my down. So I start with the easiest one. Then I figure out what's up. Now, obviously, F and T is not fully up. It's obvious. However, this is where you have to understand. So I'm going to draw that. The F is like this. This is 50. So you break down the F. They call it decomposing into 2 things. You can call it triangle method or whatever. The point is F can be broken down to 2. 1 to the right and 1 go up. Makes sense, right? The direction of F is slightly upward, so a little bit up and a lot to the right. It just makes sense, right?
Yep.
Now, do you understand that this guy is F sine 15? And this guy is F cosine 15. This is math, not physics. Yep. You understand? I don't have to explain. Oh my goodness, this is going to be easy, right? So I put F sine 15 here, correct?
Okay.
Where do I put F cosine 15? Obviously on the right, right? F cosine 15, right? Okay, now my T, I'm going to do the same thing. When I break it down, it's math. It's not physics. T is like this. This is 31 degrees, correct? I can break it down to 2, right? Okay, 1 to the left and 1 upward. I hope it's very obvious.
Okay.
So what do you call the 1 to the left? T what? Mathematically?
Hold on.
Yeah, this
Cosine.
is the
Cosine.
Oh, you're guessing. No, wrong. Okay, so I'm going to explain the
Okay.
math, not physics. Now. The one in front of the angle is sine. The one in
Oh yes,
front
it's
of the
sine,
angle,
sine.
yeah, is in front of the angle. So T sine.
T sine, yeah.
You cannot make this mistake. You cannot make the math mistake. If your math is bad, that means the physics gone. That means the working gone.
Mhm.
Okay. The one going up is T,
Cosine, yeah, cosine.
right? Because the other one is sine. The other one must be cosine. So you have to get the sign correctly. Like, I feel the sign is easier one, right? The one in
Yeah.
front of the angle. So where do I put T sine 31?
T sine 31 would be
Left equals to right, up equals to down. Where do I put it?
left, because right.
Correct. T sine 31, right? Okay.
Mhm.
Where do I put T cosine 31?
Up,
Yeah, which is
the left
T
side.
cosine 31 degree plus no up lah.
Yeah.
There. I have finished writing this. This is correct and this is correct, but we are only halfway through. Do you understand what I'm doing?
Yes.
Clear the frame once you feel you are correct, and then redo first. Then I'll show you the next step. It is not okay for me to continue from here. This is the most important step anyway. Okay, once you are confirmed, clear, erase everything by clearing the frame. Now do on your paper and send.
All right.
So this is what your teacher do.
Mhm.
Understand? Remember, left equals to right, up equals to down.
Yes.
Ainesh, if I may help you, restart your thought. Any help needed?
I've already put the I put the question mark there, but it's gone. I think it's gone behind the picture.
Oh, you need the question mark back, right? Okay, I understand. Yeah. No
No, it's still the
problem.
question mark being behind the picture. I didn't even put it.
Or you can. Oh, I understand. Okay. Would you please first undo until it's back to the original position? Okay. Then what you do is you select it and then you click the triple button that you put it bring to front. Then it will never disappear. Can you do that? Have you bring to front? Triple button order bring to front. Yeah, click the thing. Triple dot. Sorry, order bring to front. It still disappears, so undo again and not bring forward but bring to front. That means the most front. Undo first lah. Something like that. Yeah. Then you start to duplicate lah, meaning copy paste to all the question mark that you have lah. What is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? Then I'm ready to help.
Actually, my first question mark is the redox thing. Why did I think there's a redox reaction?
A very good question. Was it me or was it you, right? Was it me? Okay, you didn't start with redox because I start with the question, this one. In electrolysis, there are always two reactions. You say plus and minus, and then blah, 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 then suddenly become redox. You didn't start with redox. You start with, you think there are two reactions, at least you agree with me lah, because you say there's positive and negative. Right? So you put the question mark there, hey, why do I think that redox? Okay, that is a very important question. You cannot forget that, so put a question mark there. I'm waiting for as many question marks as you have. The good news is every time electrolysis, it is always redox. Every time battery is always redox. It will be nice for you to know why. Then it will apply every time. There is no electrolysis without redox. Okay, no, Iman,
I've sent you the picture.
it seems totally correct to me, lah, right? You're clear with this, huh? You're
Yeah,
clear,
I'm clear.
the W is down, right? So clear. So you just forget the degree, but the working doesn't matter. Everything's good now. Now math purely takes over. You're supposed to solve for T and F. This is not the easiest math. Can you solve this with your math? From triangle until the finish of this question is purely math oriented.
Okay.
Do you understand how to do it?
Can you try?
Okay, let me see your math for a bit. Let me see. Let's see whether your problem is only physics or also math. Right? Ines, there's only one question mark so far, really?
No, hold on.
Really?
No, not really. Wait, what did you say? You said electrolysis
Yes. Which one?
requires a redox reaction. Why?
Not required. Not required. Electrolysis, the two reaction in ours is always redox. Now, if you don't know why, that is a very good question mark. I'll answer it later. I want you to collect questions unless you feel you're just stuck there.
Yeah, I'm just stuck there. Because from there, then I want to ask why all these things are there. Like,
Okay, then
because, yeah.
I will give you a hint and then you must write down the answer, okay?
Okay.
Hint is this. I'll give you the smallest hint first, right? In physics and chem, I cannot hint you like typing, not that much. So the hint is this guy. The simplest hint is this guy. What is that?
Battery.
Is that enough of a hint? That's a very subtle hint. If you say not enough, I'll give you more and more and more.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so there's two redox reactions. One is in the battery, and the other one is on the other side.
No, there's two redox. No. Redox means there's two reactions. One reduction, one oxidation. So not there's two redox. Redox already means two. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there is one reduction and one oxidation. Okay, we package it to redox. Again, redox means there's already two, not one. Most of the time, sorry, most of the time.
Okay.
Right, just to clarify. And it has everything to do with the battery. The battery causes the redox. Iman, are you okay with the math?
Yeah, hold on. I'm still doing it.
Sure. Anesh, are you okay so far? How's your thinking? Morgan?
Yeah.
What does the battery cause? First of all, the battery doesn't cause the reaction directly. The battery simply does the battery's job. What's the job of a battery?
To send electrons down that side.
Which is written here, right? Start with the battery, right? Flow of electron. Remember, this is where you should be starting your thinking. Oh, the electron is flowing, correct?
Yeah.
The hint is the flow of the electron. So battery causes flow of electron. Flow of electron causes redox. Do you understand? If not, more hint. Iman, are you okay?
Yeah, hold on.
Sure. I'm checking all the time because I cannot follow you.
Right.
Ainesh, more hints?
No, I think I can do this.
Okay, could you explain to yourself why flow of electron causes redox?
Because okay, so a redox reaction is when electrons are transferred between two things, right?
I'll go simpler than that. Redox means reduction oxidation, right?
Yeah, which is what I said.
One reduction and one oxidation.
Yeah.
Right. So what does electron have to do with reduction and oxidation? Does normal redox, that means without battery, because redox doesn't require battery, but battery forces the redox to happen. So battery can do those kinds of things, right? So in other redox reaction that you learn before electrolysis, they don't require battery. Does that mean they don't require any sort of electron at all? Does that mean?
No, they do.
Okay, then tell me, what does the reduction part need? What does it need? Need electron or not need electron or what?
Reduction is when electrons are gained, which is what the battery is called.
So it needs electron or it does not need electron for gaining? Okay, good. Then oxidation, then what does oxidation mean?
It's when you lose electrons.
Okay, good. So again, what's the connection of the battery and the flow of electron with oxidation and reduction here? The connection.
For the reduction is because when they provide the electrons so that it can be gained or whatever else.
Right. Then the oxidation.
And oxidation, I don't know.
Right. So your concept of battery is half correct. Battery provides electron. In reality, that's only half truth. That's the problem. Battery provides electron at one end and absorb electron at the other end.
Yeah.
It's a flow. You're just thinking about half. That's why you only understand half. But the reality is a battery basically absorbs electron here, basically. Now, so therefore, if battery provide electron here, this is reduction or oxidation or what? Yeah, sure. Write your note. Right. Then your electron, you can be electrolysis master, right? Again, Iman, this is probably longer.
Yeah, I'm sending the picture now.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
But if you can do it by yourself, I am very happy lah. That is more valuable than me explaining to you. Right. So let's see. Right. It's supposed to be long. I understand. So the answer is almost 520 and almost 280. I don't even look at how you do it already. You must be correct. Because it is almost the same as the drawing map.
Yep.
Right. So the drawing method is this. This is the drawing method. They are just done. Okay, so I'm quite certain that you can do the math. The math is supposed to be rather complicated lah. It is true lah.
Okay.
Now, any question about the physics?
No, I understand.
Okay. This question will always happen, so that may be a good news or a bad news. But if you can do it, then you are guaranteed certain marks.
All right.
What do you think about today? We just discussed one topic only. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was useful, was effective.
Then I want to see you do more of this question.
All right.
Right, more of this, more of thermal and other things lah. Right, other things that you can choose. I will see you with those questions on Wednesday. Right.
All right.
Try your best to have 8 questions. Right?
Okay. Can.
Okay. I'll see you on Wednesday.
All right.
Right. Good job today. Bye.
Right. Bye.
Okay, Ainesh, again, I'm following your thinking here. So you're adding one more note, which is great, right? Which is great. I like that note. Any more questions?
No, I'm gonna try to explain.
Okay, all right. Now, can you explain to yourself why the question is like that and therefore why the answer is? I'm not sure whether we haven't answered. We haven't answered. We just discussed why the experiment did not work. Can you explain to yourself why the experiment did not work?
Okay, I'm gonna try. At the end of everything, just tell me if I'm correct.
Oh, your voice is not so good today. Again,
Oh, hello. I'm using the phone camera. Yes, like phone mic.
Be good, right? Okay. Just help me by just speaking slightly slower. No need to be so slow, right? So, I cannot even catch you say. Can you explain to yourself or not?
Nothing. I'll just explain. I'll explain now.
Okay, you try explaining that to yourself, right? Why the experiment did not work?
Okay, so I'm gonna explain the cell and then why it did not work.
Sure.
So,
sure.
in the cell, the flow of electrons start from the negative side.
Yeah.
So it starts on the negative side, goes to the bulb, and goes over here to the copper electron.
Yeah.
And then there's a reduction thing that happens here, reaction.
Yeah.
And then an oxidation reaction occurs here near the metal ring. And then the electrons go out the metal ring, go up the wire, and then it's absorbed by the battery.
Correct.
Now the reason it didn't work is because
Yes.
in order for it to not work, the redox reaction has to not happen.
Your definition of experiment did not work means the redox did not happen. That's your definition.
I think so, yes.
That is not what is happening here. That's why this question is very advanced. Something did happen here.
No,
the electrolysis
in order
happened.
for that to work, the redox reaction has to not happen.
Let me repeat one more time. The redox reaction, both of the redox reactions happen here. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. We discussed until that level. And you back then did get at least some of it. You did get it. You did get the fact that something happened, and you did get the fact that something happened is not what the original intention of the experiment is. You did get that. Very, very sure. Can you remember until that point?
No.
Okay, then let me ask you questions. Again, I'm trying to revive your knowledge, right? So what am I listing here? This listing should always happen in any electrolysis question, especially the tough one. What am I listing here?
Things that could have been used for the reaction.
Correct. Competitors, right? Candidates. So
yeah.
In this candidate, this must be the candidate for reduction, no? And this must be the candidate for the oxidation, right? Right. Okay. Then let me ask you, among all the candidates of oxidation, is nobody suitable, really? And among the reduction candidate, isn't anybody suitable?
Yeah.
So if there is somebody which is suitable or the most suitable, can you pick a winner? Can you pick
Yeah.
who wins oxidation? Please do. Please pick that.
Oxidation is SO4 2 minus.
SO4 2- wins the oxidation.
Yeah.
I want you to write down here. I told you last time. This is a bit of memorization. SO4 2- is like a complex ion, right? It means it's complicated, right? It's an ion which is complicated, right? Complex, okay? In IGCSE, your level, complex ion will never win. He is never gonna win anything. If he's a candidate, he immediately drops. That's just how complex ion works in IGCSE. Makes our life easier. Would you please write that down? Now you choose, therefore, the worst candidate to win because he actually drops out of the competition. He's just too complicated to take part. I don't want to get oxidized. That's what he said. I am too complicated for it. Please choose another candidate.
I choose OH minus.
Sorry, were you choosing another candidate?
Yeah, OH minus.
Okay, OH minus. So I want you to consider that the candidate is the wire because the wire is inside, right?
Yeah.
By right, this is not supposed to be like that, but they're there for OH minus and the metal. May I ask which metal are we talking about here?
The metal ring.
The metal ring, correct one. So let me ask you, metal ring, OH minus, and wire, which is the metal of the wire, copper. Who is voluntarily wanting to be oxidized and who feel forced to be oxidized?
OH is voluntary, the metal is not. The wire also.
Okay. Now think carefully about what you're saying. You think about, because this is basic from secondary tree. That's why I love electrolysis. He tests you on everything. You're saying that the metal is forced to lose an electron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ending last week, and you were wrong again. You're saying that a metal has to be forced to lose electron. That's what you're saying last week and today. That means this is deeply ingrained in you. It is going to be a problem until the end if you don't fix it. That means I'm saying that you're wrong, but you don't think you're wrong. And this concerns me a lot. One more time, you're saying that a metal has to be forced to lose electron. That's what you're saying. You have no response to that, really.
No, because well, I understand now.
Why do you say that the metal has to be forced to lose electrons? Why do you say that?
Now I don't think so, because I remember that metal is a cation. Cations have to gain electrons.
Okay, what? Sorry, what?
I remember that metal are cations, and cations have to gain
Now,
electrons.
stop mixing metal with metal cation. Stop that. Metals are not ion. Metal can be cation once they lose electron. The metal here, give me an example of a metal. Sorry.
Aluminium.
Okay, let's say the metal is aluminium. Let's just pretend, right? So are you talking about the aluminium here as aluminium or aluminium 3+?
Aluminium has to lose electrons to become aluminium 3+.
Oh, correct, understand. So the metal ring here, let's say aluminium, right? Is the metal ring aluminium or aluminium 3+, or can be both, or don't know, or what?
It can be both.
You are absolutely wrong. If a metal ring is metal, the way we understand metal, that metal is not aluminium 3+. The metal that we understand is never in the plus form. When it is in the plus form, do you know what happened to the metal?
Rough.
Yeah, it is no longer a metal. It is no longer metal in our physical understanding. You don't call the rust metal what? That's rust. That's a very bad metal. At least you must say that. But the chemistry wise, it is no longer metal. It has changed to metal plus. Now a metal ring, an aluminium ring, aluminium or aluminium 3 plus or both or what?
Aluminium.
Now, will that aluminium, correct, yeah, volunteer or must be forced to become aluminium 3 plus given the chance?
Volunteer.
So, is metal or wire or H minus the best candidate?
It's between the metal and the wire.
Absolutely. And the metal, they don't tell what metal. Very bad question, right? Very bad question. Now, if the metal is below copper, please tell me.
Then it will be the wire.
Then it'll be the one, correct. Now, which is a very bad thing for the question guru, right? He doesn't tell you the metal. However, there is something that he can quote to save himself. Now that I remember, if the metal is silver, silver is below copper, correct?
Yeah.
Which it makes sense to coat silver with copper.
No.
Why does it not make sense? You can do that though, but why does it not make sense? You have a silver ring, right? Let's say the metal is silver. Hey, I'm gonna coat this with copper. A good idea. What? Make more color. I'm bored with the color of silver. You can do that. Does it make sense?
I mean, for design, I guess.
But there is another point of view where it totally does not make sense, even though you can. It goes something like this. Again, you must understand the practical point of view. This is not chemistry point of view. Because in chemistry, you can coat silver with copper. Definitely can. Now, let's say you have a gold ring, okay? Let's say you have a gold ring, right? It's a wedding ring. Let's say you go and meet the love of your life and you go have a wedding in 1 week time, okay? Congratulations, Ainesh, you are now a husband and wife, okay?
Yeah.
As a husband, you'll be wearing a wedding ring. Let's say the wedding ring is gold, okay? Then somebody comes at you and offer, hey, gold is not the trend, not the trendy color here. Let me make it into silver color. Let me coat gold with silver for you. Yep. Does that make sense?
No, because it's still gold.
Why doesn't it make sense to cover gold with silver?
Because gold is better.
Correct. Why would I want to pretend that gold is silver? Why would I want to pretend that? Gold is more expensive, what? Gold is better, what? Why do I want to cover it with silver? Something cheaper.
Yeah.
Now, would you cover a silver ring with copper?
No.
Because?
Because a copper does not react at all, and even though silver reacts very little, it still reacts.
Actually, silver reacts less than copper. So copper is reacting more, right? Copper is reacting more. But the main reason for people not doing that is because silver is more expensive than copper.
Oh, so by common sense.
So that's the medal, the medal is gold, silver, and bronze. Bronze is, an ally of copper.
Yeah.
Like silver is more precious than copper. Gold is more precious than silver. It doesn't make sense to coat with a lesser metal. Why would you want to pretend your silver ring to be copper? Anyway, silver is less reactive than copper. Also, it doesn't make sense to coat with copper. That's two things which doesn't make sense. One practical, one chemistry. Okay? So this is what they will quote to you. The metal cannot be silver and cannot be gold because it doesn't make sense for them to be silver and gold. That means the metal ring will be something above copper. It will be something above copper. But that's a very bad way of them to word the question. You have to think a lot, right? Okay. So who will win in the candidate of oxidation? Who will win?
The metal.
Can you explain to yourself why the metal will win? Because you are correct.
Because the metal ring will be higher than the copper ring in terms of the thing which I forgot, table.
The reactivity series.
Yeah, the reactivity series, and then
That
it
means-
probably by logic it won't be lower than copper because the only things lower than copper are silver and gold, and they're both more expensive and probably won't.
Correct. So the metal will win because it's more reactive. What does it mean? Yeah. Yeah.
What if it is a copper ring?
Okay, if the metal ring is copper, right? That means your copper is on the right hand side and also on the left hand side. Does that make sense? Now let me ask you, would you coat copper with copper? Does that make sense?
Would I cover with?
Well, if the metal ring is copper, right? If the metal ring is copper, that means I'm trying to coat copper with copper. Because the original intention of the question is to coat to electroplate. Electroplate means you coat, right? You plate you coat a metal ring. Okay, the metal ring is copper. I'm going to coat a metal copper with copper. Does that make sense? Practically, does it make sense? Practically.
No, but what if it's just copper? Why does it need to be coated with copper?
Well, yeah, correct. Why would we want to coat a metal copper ring with copper? It doesn't make sense practically. Correct. So by that inference, the metal ring is also not copper low. If that makes sense to you. But this is by inference. It's a very naughty way for the question to not tell us. We have to think about it. Do you understand what I'm saying, Anish? The metal ring practically is not copper, practically, because why would one coat copper with copper? Why?
I still don't understand. Why do you have to coat copper with copper when it's already copper? So
Yeah, precisely. So the metal ring is not copper. Because why would you do that? Why would you want to do that, right?
No. What if the metal ring is already originally copper? Then you don't have to coat it, right? Because it's already copper.
Yeah, so therefore the metal ring is not copper, because if it is already copper, why bother doing it? Correct. You're correct. Why bother doing this? What?
I think I'm missing out on something. Why is it being coated with copper?
No, look.
Wait, hold on. Is the oxidation thingy, does it coat the metal ring with copper?
No. The oxidation eats the metal ring.
Oh.
Remember the metal ring wins? That means he gets oxidized, he wins, right? He volunteers to get oxidized. What happens when a metal ring gets oxidized? The metal becomes metal plus, correct? Bye-bye metal ring. Is this the proper process of coating metal ring? I don't think so. Therefore, the experiment did not work. The setup is wrong. We discussed this last week. Last week, that was the end. You didn't write anything on this. Better write down. This is like a super good summary of electrolysis. If you think that this is new but you understand it, please write something down here, please.
Wait, so let me run through this one. The oxidation thingy will eat the metal ring.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense that oxidation eats the metal ring?
No.
Okay. We have to discuss that. The metal wins, right? You're correct, by the way. The metal wins, right? The metal wins. He wins the oxidation. So the metal will get oxidized, right? The metal will lose electron. Simple, right? What happens when a metal loses electron? It becomes
an ion.
Metal plus ion. Remember, metal plus is not metal. The metal that we know is metal, not metal plus. What happens when your chair, is your chair made of plastic?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Your laptop, is it all made of plastic? There must be some metal, right, in your laptop, no? Nothing? No. Is there anything metal in what you're doing, right? Is your table made of metal?
No.
Okay, is there anything? Okay, the phone. Okay, let's talk about your phone, right? Let's talk about your dad's phone. Your phone, definitely not everything made of plastic. It's made of metal, especially iPhone, like, fancy stuff like glass and that, right?
Yeah.
Some of the iPhone kena oxidize. What happened to that metal? It's gone. It's gone. The metal become metal plus oxidized, right? The metal is gone. If you never understood this about oxidation of metal, please write that down. Every time a metal gets oxidized, to our eyes, it's gone. It's damaged. It changes to something else. Think carefully. Do you want your iPhone metal to change to something else?
No.
That's oxidation of metal. Oxidation of metal is metal volunteering himself to become something else. Metal plus. Metal plus is no longer metal. If you think this is new, it is not new. If you think this is just for electrolysis, no. This is what happens every time metal is oxidized. Metal becomes something else. Please write that down. So that next time you see, we discussed about it. Right. Now, you shouldn't be happy if the metal change to metal ion, right? You shouldn't be. You like metal, right? You like it, metal. Stay metal, please, guys. The metal likes it though. That's why the metal volunteers. So what the metal like, you don't like. Just say, right? You and the metal have a different point of view. He wants to be something else. You don't want him to be something else. Just say, okay? I mean, because of that, we learn how to stop rust. We stop iron to become rust. Obviously, the iron wants to rust, obviously, but you don't want the iron to rust. If your intention and the metal's intention is the same, then we don't need to learn how to stop rust. But we learn how to stop rust precisely because your intention is different from the metal's. Precisely. That's why you learn chemistry. Okay? Kenya?
Yeah.
Now, the experiment did not work. Do you understand or not? Why didn't the experiment?
Because the ring disappeared.
So that's a very bad way of electroplating a metal. Hey, how come my metal disappeared? Something like that. Only when you understand that, then you can propose a proper change. Only then. The circuit become open is okay. It's okay. Yeah, of course it is true if you let it disappear, right? But the metal ring takes a long time to disappear. That means before it disappears, it becomes full of holes. At that point, you know that the experiment did not work. Just say. And when the ring disappears, it is not true that the circuit become open. The metal is never connected to the electrode in the first place, right? You still have the wire to connect it. So it's not really true that the circuit become open. It is not true at all.
Why?
Because I keep saying to you last week, you have to believe me, this is already open. There is nothing in the middle here. There is nothing that connects the metal ring and the copper electrode except the electrolyte.
So why does the experiment work then?
I'm sorry?
So then why does the experiment not work?
Oh my goodness, the experiment did not work because you're supposed to coat the metal ring. Instead, the metal ring disappeared.
So
How would you? You still don't get why the experiment did not work. What is the original intent of the experiment? Just read the question. What's the original intent?
It's to electroplate a metal ring of copper.
Do you understand what it means to electroplate a metal ring with copper?
Over a metal ring of copper.
Correct. Instead, your metal ring disappeared. Would you call that experiment working or not working?
However,
Can you accept that something happened but not the original intention? What is the something happened? Metal ring disappeared. What is the original intention? The metal ring get coated with copper. They are very different things, right?
okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the experiment did not work because of that. You must understand that first before you can answer.
Okay, I understand. But then how do I coat the copper ring with how do I coat the ring with copper?
First thing first, you must make sure that the metal ring does not disappear, right? Right. So the metal ring better not react, if that makes sense. That's not electroplating the metal ring. Okay.
Okay, so we don't so we react to disappear. So we don't make it react.
Yeah. Somehow the metal ring must not react. If the metal ring react, well, the metal ring react because you give it a chance. It's not that simple, you know. The metal ring, you give it a chance. The metal ring volunteers. Remember, he's a volunteering guy. If you just give it a small chance, he will jump to it because he volunteers. You cannot give it even a slightest chance. You cannot. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the metal will always volunteer given a chance. You cannot give him a chance to become oxidized at all. Cannot. I'm giving you a direct hint right now. You are not supposed to give the metal ring a chance to oxidate.
Okay, so
So
if
what
I
can
do-
we do?
just to replace the copper electrode with a carbon electrode, then the redox reaction doesn't happen at all.
Wrong. There will be a reduction happening at the carbon electrode because carbon electrode means the carbon does not react, right? You're correct. You are mistaken in thinking that therefore nothing happened. That's totally wrong. There are other candidates. What? There are other candidates for reduction. What? For example, currently with the copper electrode, who are the candidates for reduction? Who are the candidates for reduction? It's written there. Ganesh, who are the candidates for reduction? It's written there.
Copper 2 plus, and hydrogen.
Let's say you don't know why they are there. Okay, let's just pretend that they are candidates. Now, you're proposing to eliminate copper, correct? That's your proposal, correct? No?
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. That means the copper will not be a candidate. Yeah, but there's still CO2 plus and H plus as a candidate. Do you think they will just withdraw from the competition of reduction? No, right? They will. One of them will win. That one I can guarantee. I can even tell who wins already. Definitely. The other one will win. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? One of them will win. Even though you remove the copper. So let me state the problem one more time. The problem is you're giving the metal ring a chance to oxidize. You must not. What's the best way to do that?
By switching the battery around.
Correct. Finish. If you switch the battery around, you're giving the metal ring a chance to reduce instead of a chance to oxidize. Correct?
It doesn't like.
What do you mean? Bloody.
I mean, it doesn't like being reduced.
Oh my goodness. You keep saying the same thing all over again every week. You have a problem with your secretariat. You think that metal will reduce. You nonsense. It is a big problem, not just for electrolysis. That means it will harm all your chemistry. Let me state this one more time. Give me a metal. Give me a metal.
Not aluminum, right? Magnesium.
Okay, magnesium. Right. So it's a magnesium metal, Mg, right? Okay, in group 2. But it's magnesium, not magnesium 2+. So magnesium is given a chance to reduce. You're offering him electron, correct? That's what it means. And you say the metal don't mind being reduced. You're saying that Mg don't mind being Mg minus. That's what you're saying, Ainesh. Are you okay? I mean, in both ways. Are you okay physically?
Sorry, what did you just say?
Are you okay physically? This is already more than 9:30.
Oh, yeah. I just coughed quite a bit, so I didn't know you said.
Right. So I'll just leave you with a final question. No need to answer this.
Okay.
You say that metal, magnesium, you offer him electron, he will gladly take the electron. That's what you're saying. Are you sure or not? Because you're very certain about it. You're not sure, right?
Hold on.
You're
Metal
sure or not?
lose electrons and non-metals gain electrons. So no, metals will lose electrons.
Okay, so if metal is offered a chance to gain electron, will he take it?
No.
He will spit the electron in the face. He's trying to lose weight, right? He's trying to lose electron because that's his life goal. You offer him more electron. It's not like he's greedy for electron. He really wants to lose electron. You offer him electron, spit on the electron face, bye-bye electron. He will not take anything from the electron. So you're offering the metal a chance to get reduced. What will happen?
The reduce means gaining, right?
Yeah. So you're offering the metal a chance to gain electron. What will happen?
Nothing will happen.
Correct. That is chemistry from Sec 3. Is that a good thing or not? Just to confirm, is that a good thing or not?
What's a good thing?
Is it a good thing that the metal ring does not accept the
Yes.
electron? Okay.
Amazing.
What happens to the other side? So the other side is now offered oxidation, right? You're not offering oxidation chance to the other side. You're offering oxidation chance to copper 2+, and H2. All right, correct or not?
Correct.
Will somebody take it? Okay, that's the question for tomorrow. Let's stop here. Remember, you want one. Okay, don't push yourself. Right, don't push yourself. Right, this is the hardest question ever. Right, so let's leave it for next week. Okay. Okay. Good job for today. All right, we'll come back to this page again and again next week. All right.
Okay.
I'll see you, Ainesh. Get well soon. Bye.